So think about all the video game movies that have been made. Which one deserves a remake? Which one deserves someone talented like a Craig Mazin or a, I don't know, Alfonso Cuarón to come on and create a very good, very compelling video game movie adaptation? David, you start with this one.
I'm going to start with you are saying remake. So are we saying stuff that's already been made that just
already been made?
Erase it. Okay.
Think of like a Dead or Alive. Remake it. What's happening?
So this is probably typical of me, and I do love the old ones, but it's Resident Evil.
Oh, come on. How many times are they going to remake this?
I know.
They just remade it.
But they keep doing it wrong, and I don't know why. Okay? Like, yeah, personally, I loved the old ones, as I said, but more than most of the fandom of Resident Evil are not happy with any of these live-action Resident Evil movies. The CGI ones, they do well for, what they are. They stay true to the story and their canon and, what have you. But these live action ones just don't cut it to most of the fans. The latest one, they try to mix 1 and 2 together, and they should have mixed 2 and 3 together, or do one separately. And they keep skipping Resident Evil 0, which is the day before Resident Evil.
As you should.
Okay, and I don't know what their problem is. If you're gonna make a series or movies or whatever have you, The Last of Us really just shows what you can do with an already written script.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll go ahead, Jeremy.
Here's what I'll do, David. I'm going to give you 2 points. One for the sass towards Corey, and the other towards the idea of, hey, can we Last of Us this a little?
Yeah, it's written.
I got to step in.
All right, first of all,
how many remakes do you want, David? They've made 7 original movies. They remade it as a Netflix series. They remade the movies where they combined 1 and 2. You know why it's not doing as good as The Last of Us? Because Resident Evil is camp. It's not a good story. They don't have much to go on. It's not Last of Us.
There is so much to that story.
And most of it's not good.
They cut most of it and try to mesh stuff that doesn't need to be meshed.
The best game, Resident Evil 4, is as campy as anything out on the market. Anything. It's so campy. It's just it doesn't have the power to be The Last of Us. I will tell you which movie should be remade, and not because it should be like a super masterpiece. It's just it was a fantastic movie back in the day, and it deserves to be remade. That is Street Fighter, the video game, the movie. Like, have you guys seen Street Fighter?
No.
Yeah, I've seen Street Fighter.
Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile, the American hero, with a thick accent. You had Raul Julia, who was playing Adams, the Adam family dad, as M. Bison. Was perfect casting. They were so good. And if you could bring that into the present with just as much camp and fun, like that's a great title. Street Fighter has so many characters, and just like fighting games, every character has their own kind of pronounced side mission or story that they want to achieve. So you have a plethora of playable characters and characters on the market that you could take any of them and make their story into a good movie. Like I said, they did Guile and they did M. Bison. It was a great movie in the 90s. It would be a fantastic movie right now if they remade it.
So here's what I'm going to do for you, Corey. I'm going to give you 2 points for that. Neither of you picked any options that I really like. So I'm going to need you guys to kind of sell me on your movies a little bit more.
I mean, I can give you my second pick as well.
You got to sell me on Street Fighter.
I really want to give you my second pick too, though. Like, it's such a good pick. I thought David
why don't you pick a second one so that can help you, just like Halo 1 and 2.
I mean, what else do you want me to sell you on? Jeremy, you saw the original Street Fighter. Jean-Claude Van Damme was amazing in it. Raul Julia was amazing. It was his last movie, actually, and he kind of just did it, and he performed really well.
What's a good movie? What's going to bring people in to see that movie? Besides that, it's
Resident Evil. Resident Evil's had 7 chances. They've had chances.
They took one story and just went with it when they shouldn't have.
10 times. What do you want them to do? They can't get it right. Nobody of any merit wants to take it on because it's not a good story. They're not known
Because
for
they
their
want to
stories.
keep putting their own twists on it. It's literally
that's what directors do. That's what
literally-
directors do. Alfonso is not going to just be like, I'm adapting this game from the 1990s because it's perfectly well written already. It's not. It's horrible. It's horrible. He's not going to take a game like that and rewrite it exactly how it is because it's a terrible written game. You can't deny that.
Okay, now
Okay, so you called Resident Evil campy, and then as you were
But you want them to make it like The Last of Us. That's what you pointed out. You said follow the script. I want my movie to be campy. I want it to be out there. I want 16 main characters all going for a death battle. I want them to do what they kind of did with the new Mortal
so
Kombat.
campy is bad for me, but good for you.
When you're comparing it to The Last of Us,
I just
Resident Evil's
that's-
never gonna. They've already made campy Resident Evils. They stink.
That's why there's been more than one.
okay, let's tame this kerfuffle. David, give me your last, let's say, 20-second pitch on remaking Resident Evil. And let's pick maybe a specific one in the pantheon or in the canon that you would specifically want to be a remake.
That's okay. Like I would want the Nemesis one to be done correctly.
Okay.
They added, Alice was in there obviously, and then half of that stuff wasn't even in the game. Did you get any of you guys played Resident Evil 3 remake?
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a good movie right there. We don't need to add stuff, take away stuff. Even the remake already took away some stuff. If you just follow the original script, that'd be amazing. And to have the story follow and have a Resident Evil 8 movie, do you know how amazing that would be? That was an amazing game, and you can not disagree with me, Corey.
I mean, to get to Resident Evil 8, the movie, you kind of have to do 1 through 7, and those first ones aren't very good. So
They're all
in terms
good.
of story, they're not.
They're great
not.
story. Then why is there 8 of them?
And you like them? You just
Except
argue
6.
that the whole the games. I'm talking about the movies.
Yeah, the game.
The games are fantastic. Yeah, the stories aren't that great, and that's okay. They're not meant to be great stories. Yeah. So, anyways, Street Fighter the movie, based off the game, you have Danny DeVito as Blanca, you have William Shatner as M. Bison, and you have Bad Bunny as Guile. And I think that's all you need to start off. Beginnings of a great movie.
Okay.
Danny DeVito as Blanca is brilliant.
So I'll give you. I want to give you a point, Corey, because you gave me a movie. Danny DeVito. I don't. No, thank you.
As Blanca?
And David, I'm going to give you a point because you did kind of point out that the movies aren't utilizing the full storyline of the games, and that maybe if they're going to remake that and utilize a bit more, especially with dealing with Nemesis, that can make for a more compelling.
What movie were you remaking exactly? The whole series, 1 through 45?
Yes.
Oh. I'm the one that picks more than one. He picked 12 movies. Okay.
He went down to 3. He specified 3. And then
okay. 3 is still more than 1. Was there a Resident Evil 3 movie? Was that based off Nemesis?
The second movie was based off Nemesis, which is
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil
based
3.
Based on Resident Evil 3.
Was put into
it's
a Resident Evil movie. It's
the third game. It's the second movie based off of the third game. I'm taking a point away.
It is a mess.
Nuke it.
Ridiculous.
It's a mess.
Nuke it like they nuked Raccoon City.
They're doing it terribly.
It's over.
All righty. We're moving on.
Oh my God.
Topic number 4. Are live service games a positive or negative for gaming? Who wants to take this first? I have to recover from the movie.
I think I'll take it first. All right.
Okay.
I'm really feeling myself. I have a lot of venom in me. I think you took a point away from me.
Oh,
Which
Yeah,
was
because you kept contesting. Well, one I did
Not-
the other time, but you're contesting
Another time?
what the second movie and the third game. We understand that the second movie was based off of the third game. That's clearly, whether it makes sense from a numerical standpoint. That's not what we're discussing. We're just discussing that he brought up, he asked him to cite the movie that cites the game. He named the movie that cites the game. It's bingo bongo done.
Okay. Let's start off the entire Resident Evil franchise about the third game. Good. All right. Got it. Perfect.